Yo, this is Kevin Fearon, the Fire Pokemon Trainer, and welcome to part 3 of this guide. This guide shows you how to efficiently complete all 5 storylines in PokeMMO by cross-traveling between regions and challenging the gyms in the proper level cap order. In part 2, the last thing we did was head all the way back to our mom in Sinnoh after defeating the second gym. Now, we're in Hoenn to take on the third gym. After speaking with the first guy in a building in southern Slateport City, it's time to head to the museum to continue the storyline. Head north and into... Oops, not this building. Head back and go right into this building. Here's the museum. It costs 50 Pokeyen to enter the museum. If you can't afford it, just head back to your main account for a few gym reruns, and then come back. Just kidding. Head to the second floor for some story dialogue. Then you'll face a battle against a couple of Team Aqua members. These Carvanas can be pretty annoying if you don't have the right Mons to deal with them. They use Aqua Jet, a priority move, and their rough skin ability makes you lose HP when you hit them with a physical move. Moves like Bullet Seed or Vacuum Wave work great against these crazy Fishmons. After beating the Team Aqua members, head out of the museum for a little chat with the chill guy, Scott with the sunglasses. Heal up your Pokemon, and get ready for some trainer battles and a rival battle on our way to the third gym. First, we will meet Professor Birch for a little chat. Then, we will face 2 unavoidable trainers who are using the Electric Plus and Minus rabbits. In Pokemon Emerald, I actually think this is a double battle, but in PokeMMO, it's just 2 single battles. This is an advantage for us, because the Plus and Minus abilities might actually be useful in a double battle. After beating the first 2 trainers, head to the right. You should be able to sneak past the next trainer we meet. Get ready for a rival battle against May. Her Pokemon team has gotten a little better, but they're no match for my Torkoal, which is absolutely cooking once Trick Room is set up. After beating May, we can continue moving forward and meet 2 more unavoidable trainers. Remember to use a multi-hit move against the second trainer, as his Magnemite has the ability Sturdy. Head north and we will finally arrive in Mauville City. After healing your Pokemon, Wally and his uncle are waiting for us outside of the Pokemon gym. Poor Wally with his weak Mons will challenge us to a battle. I'm pretty sure we have to beat him to progress the story, otherwise I might actually let him have this win. Next up is the Mauville City Gym. The gym leader uses electric-type Pokemon. We should be able to sneak past all the trainers, except the one in the middle. Let's challenge him to a battle straight away. After beating the first trainer, step on the tile just to the left to unlock the path to the gym leader. Get ready for the next gym battle. I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock and Trick Room here, then sweep with my Numel. Earthquake hits really hard in this battle. The level cap in Hoenn will increase to level 33 after this gym battle. Our next destination will be the third gym in Johto, where the level cap is 29. After healing your Pokemon, it's time to get the bike for this region. This will make our trip back to Slateport to change region a lot faster. Head to the building just to the right and talk with the NPC with the sunglasses. He will give you a bike. For this guide, it doesn't matter if you choose the Mach bike or the Acro bike. The Acro bike will be needed to get to some niche locations after the storyline is done. Now it's time to ride your bike all the way back to Slateport City. Talk with the NPC that will get you to another region, and choose Johto. In Johto, we haven't gotten a bike yet, and we haven't found the main NPC that takes us to different regions. But don't worry, we will get there soon. For now, let's run all the way back to Azalea Town. Next up is a rival battle against Silver. He probably wants revenge after we destroyed his Totodile in the last video. His Pokemon are still weak AF, not gonna lie. At least his Totodile evolved into Croconaw. After defeating your rival, heal up your Pokemon, then head out to Ilex Forest to the left. Now we meet this dude who wants us to catch some Farfetch'd for him. We have to do this in order to progress in the storyline. We are not going to catch them in Pokeballs, but we have to sneak up behind them in order to catch them. Start by heading to the right and step on the first branch. Now you can see that the Farfetch'd is facing downwards, and you can easily run behind it in order to catch it. We will be teleported back to the chill Farfetch'd dude, and we can now run back to the right to catch the second Farfetch'd. Pick up the revive on the way, and head towards the Farfetch'd. There is no way to catch it where it stands, so we need it to switch location. Head to the branch all the way to the right to make him face this direction. Now we can head back the way we came from, and we can sneak up behind it in order to catch it. We'll be teleported back to the Farfetch'd dude again, and this time we get the HM cut, and we can finally continue the story. If you didn't bring a Pokemon with cut, either teach it to one of your Mons in your party, or run back to the PC to get one. Cut through here and head north. You can sneak past the first trainer, but the second one is unavoidable. Fire through the bug trainer and keep on moving north. We will meet a kimono girl, followed up by some story dialogue. Sneak past the rest of the trainers in the forest, and we'll arrive in Route 34. Now, you should be able to sneak past all the trainers in this route on the way to Goldenrod City. I was stupid, so I got caught by a grass-type trainer, but my Numel eats that kind of stuff for breakfast, so we're good. Continue north. Lyra and her grandpa will take us through some storyline dialogue. Let's continue. Keep to the left to avoid all of the rest of the trainers in this route. Now we have finally arrived in Goldenrod City, the heart of the Johto region. The first thing we're going to do is to get the bike for this region. Head to the right behind some buildings, and you will find the bike store. Talk to the guy inside the store to get a free bicycle. Now you can ride your bike back and to the left. Head inside the Goldenrod radio tower. The gym leader is the girl standing to the right with the pink hair. In order for us to get her ass back to the gym, we need to do a radio quiz. Talk to the tower employee behind the counter. The quiz consists of 5 questions. Answer yes on the 2 first questions. Answer no on the 3 last questions. After completing the quiz, the Goldenrod City gym leader, Whitney, will finally head back to the gym. Now it's time to prepare for the 3rd gym in Johto. Ride your bike under this bridge, and the Pokemon gym is located just to the right. Head upstairs and then to the right. The 2 closest trainers to the gym leader are unavoidable. After you defeat them, Whitney is waiting for you. I remember playing Pokemon Heart Gold for the first time, and I was thinking that a normal type gym should be pretty easy and straightforward. God damn, how wrong I was. Whitney's Miltank was actually a nightmare, using moves like Attract, Rest, and Body Slam. The battle lasted for ages, because I couldn't knock out the stupid cow, because I was either immobilized by love or paralyzed. And after finally getting down to low HP, the stupid cow heals itself to full HP by using Rest. Fortunately, the fight hasn't been that difficult in PokeMMO, for me personally. If you hit hard enough, you should be good. As you could see, my Torkoal just easily one-shotted the cow, so Miltank doesn't haunt my nightmares anymore. Thanks, team. After beating Whitney, she's upset and starts crying. But after you talk to the trainer NPC just behind us, she will finally give up her badge, and we can move on. Use the teleport to the right and we can get out of here. The next destination is Sinnoh, where the level cap is also 29. We will ride or bike all the way back to our mom, then we will choose Sinnoh as our next stop. If you only have level 29 Pokemon with stacked EXP, I would recommend you just take the same way back and avoid encounters. This way you won't overlevel them, and can safely use them on the next gym. If you have some Pokemon that will not grow to level 30 by earning some EXP, I am going to show you a shortcut back to New Bark Town. Talk to the lady in the flower shop to get the squirt bottle. We will be needing it to use the shortcut and to progress in the Johto storyline later. Head to the north and make sure you are not leading with any Pokemon that potentially can go over level 30 by earning EXP. Sneak past the first trainers and battle the trainer behind the two trainers staring at the water. My level 28 Numel has a lot to go before reaching level 30, so it will not be unusable in the next gym in Sinnoh. Sneak past the rest of the trainers in this route, then we can cycle through the national park. Head to the right and we will face one more trainer before we can safely ride all the way to our mom. Defeat the first unavoidable trainer. The two other trainers in this route you can easily sneak past. Now it's time to use the squirt bottle that we picked up in the flower store. Use it on the thing blocking the path to trigger an encounter with Sudowoodo. You can either knock it out or you can catch it. Keep going to the right and we will be back in Violet City. We will be using this pathway when we get back to Johto for the 4th gym. Now let's ride all the way back to our mom to travel over to Sinnoh. We will first get back to Unova, as it was the region we started in, and from there we will go straight over to Sinnoh next, by using the NPC in Castelia City. Last time we were in Sinnoh, I mentioned that we had to finish some story dialogue in Eterna City, in order for us to avoid going back there. Well, since we have done that, we can now just head straight to Orberg City to continue our journey. Once we have arrived in Orber, ride your bike straight past the Pokemon Center and the museum. Prepare your ninja sneaking skills. There are a couple of trainers we can avoid before heading inside of Mount Coronet. The first two trainers are pretty obvious, but beware the last guy, the mountain hiker. It's easy to just forget about him and try to run past him. Wait until he turns around, then you can sneak past him by slowly walking. Dawn will make an appearance. She will ask you if you want a VS Seeker or a dowsing machine. It doesn't matter which you pick, as she will give you both of them anyways. I'm also pretty sure you can't use any of the items in PokeMMO, they're just useful in the main games. Enter the cave. After talking with the blue-haired not chill guy, we can ride our bike over to the other side. Sneak past the first mountain guy and prepare your multi-hit Pokemon for the second mountain guy. He is unavoidable and has a Pokemon with the sturdy ability. Keep moving forward and sneak past the rest of the trainers in this route. We have now arrived in Hearthome City, where the next gym battle awaits. After visiting the Pokemon Center, head to the large building in the middle for another story dialogue. The gym leader, Fantina, is the one with the purple drip. Approach her to get her ass back to the gym. Same as we did with Whitney earlier. Now, head to the Pokemon gym to the right. The puzzle can be a little tricky because it's so dark in here, and if we go through the wrong door, we will be sent back. All the trainers here can be avoidable, but because of their random walking pattern combined with the dark, it can be a little challenging. The trick here is to find the blue spot on the ground with a certain symbol. The symbol will match with the symbol in front of the correct door. I found the first blue spot, so now I know where to go. Now we have to do this all over again in the second room before we can finally face the gym leader. She is a ghost-type trainer, so ghost and dark-type moves will work very well against her. I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks and Trick Room with Clay here and sweep through the rest of her team with Terruption. That is a solid strat that seems to work pretty well in these early stages of the storylines. We will see if it will work just as well when we meet more challenging trainers later on. If you had a Pokemon with Moxie and Crunch here, it would have hit even harder and swept her team even faster, by the way. Head to the Poke Center to heal your Pokemon, and the next stop will be my favorite region, Kanto, to face the third gym there. Ride all the way back to the Sinnoh Mom and choose Kanto next. Once we arrive in Kanto, the next step will be to board the SS Anne. We will need to get the HM cut from the captain in order to progress in the story. Usually, when playing Pokemon Fire Red, there is a lot of trainer battles and items to pick up. If If you want to continue the story ASAP, we can actually just skip all trainer battles, except the last one against your rival. After destroying your rival's team, you can head upstairs to the captain to get the HM cut. Now it's time to face the third gym leader in Kanto. If you want to heal your Pokemon before getting out of the boat, you can actually do it right here in this room. Let's head out and make sure one of your Pokemon knows the move, Cut, before going into the Pokemon gym. The next trainer is using electric types. If you have a Pokemon with Earthquake, this is going to be a piece of cake. The two first trainers in this gym can be avoidable, but you have to beat the last one before the gym leader. The gym puzzle is pretty random and relies on luck. You have to find a secret switch in one of the trash cans, and you have to find a second secret switch in a trash can just next to the first secret switch. If you choose the wrong switch after you activate the first one, everything will reset and you will have to try again. After the trainer battle, it's time to face the gym leader. I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks and Trick Room, and then sweep through his team with my Earthquake Numel. Torkoal with Eruption would pretty much be just as effective, but hey, it's the camel's time to shine now. After beating the third gym in Kanto, the level cap has increased to level 37 in this region. This is a little interesting, because some of the 5th gyms in other regions have a lower level cap, so we are going to take on them before we get back to Kanto. The next stop is Johto, where the level cap is currently 32. Speak with the pirate NPC and choose Johto. Ride your bike all the way to Violet City. We can now use the same shortcut as we set up earlier, when we encountered the Sudowoodo, if you remember. I'm just going to stack up with some repels, and then we can head towards Ecruteak City for the 4th gym. Head upwards here and be prepared to do some ninja sneaking. Before we reach Ecruteak City, there will be an unavoidable double battle. Using a move that will hit both opponent Pokemon will be a good idea. After the double battle, we can heal our Pokemon at the Poke Center. Before we can challenge the Pokemon Gym, we need to visit the Burn Tower for a little story dialogue and a rival battle. I'm just going to set up Rocks and TR again as usual, then sweep with Terruption. Oof, how dare he poison my turtle. It's a good thing that Pokemon will not lose HP by walking while poisoned in PokeMMO. After the battle, climb down the ladder to trigger a story sequence with the 3 legendary dogs of Johto. After they have disappeared, the next gym battle awaits. Heal your Pokemon and go to the Pokemon Gym, which is located to the left in Ecruteak City. This is a ghost-type gym, and all the trainers on the way to the gym leader are unavoidable. If you use fast Mons with super effective Ghost or Dark moves with a lot of PP, this is going to be very straightforward. The slightly annoying thing with this gym puzzle is that every time you are done battling a trainer, it will become pitch black around the area of your character. If you fall outside of the walking path, you will be teleported back to the entrance. I actually find it easiest to just teleport back to the entrance on purpose. Then you can clearly see where you are going. So it will be a lot of back and forth. But in the end, we will face the gym leader. Now, in this gym battle, the gym leader actually managed to wipe out quite a few of my Pokemon. That was because both my Trick Room setters are weak to Ghost-type moves. And after setting up Rocks, I didn't have any more HP left for Trick Room. I could easily have solved that by using a Focus Sash on my second Trick Room setter. I'm going to remember that in future battles. I still managed to beat the gym leader, though. The level of the gym leaders is moving from beginner level to slightly more challenging. After finishing this spooky gym, let's head out to heal our Pokemon in the Poke Center. The next stop is the 4th gym in Hoenn, where the level cap is 33. Before we go to Hoenn, I have some good news. We are finally able to find the pirate NPC in this region that will make it possible for us to travel around to the other regions. Before we start moving from Ecruteak City to Olivine City, where we can change regions, it is very important to remember to get the Surf HM in the building just behind the Pokemon Center. This is because we will be needing it after we get back to Johto later, so that we don't need to do a long detour back to Ecruteak. After a little story dialogue, we get the Surf HM, and we can start heading west towards Olivine City. Remember to lead with a Pokemon with no chance to increase its level to 34, as the level cap in Hoenn is 33. Fortunately, we can sneak past almost all trainers before we get to Olivine City, except the last trainer. After speaking with this Safari Zone dude, head south and do your ninja sneaking thing. I recommend that you just sneak through the grass to the left to avoid bumping into the walking trainers, and repels aren't really that expensive. The last trainer here is unavoidable and has 6 Pikachus in his Pokemon squad. Avoid using physical contact moves, because the ability static can be pretty annoying. After beating the Pikachu guy, we enter Olivine City. We will run into Silver, but don't worry, he will not challenge us to a battle. After Mr. Glitch Silver walks through a piece of wood like a literal ghost, it's time for us to find the pirate NPC and travel to Hoenn for the 4th gym. Choose Hoenn, and once we're here, start heading north to Mauville City. Go into this building to the right to get the Rock Smash HM. Before we move on, remember to bring a Pokemon with you that knows Rock Smash. Head north and we will try to sneak past as many trainers as possible before heading up the mountain for some Team Magma trouble. Use Rock Smash here. Keep moving north and don't do the same mistake as me getting caught by the 2nd trainer on the way. Now, move west, and you should be able to sneak past all the rest of the trainers in this route before entering the cave to the left. Oof, I absolutely love this fiery path. Thumbs up for my Pokemon squad. If you want to sneak past the next 2 trainers, it requires some patience and some next-level ninja skills. Wait until both randomly turns away from the middle, then you make your move and walk slowly past them. From here, it should be fairly easy to sneak past all the rest of the trainers before we reach Falibor Town. The last 2 trainers are actually the easiest to sneak past. Just ride your bike in the middle when they both turn around. Somehow I used up all my patience in the next-level ninja sneaking earlier. LOL or Keck W, as Pat would have said it. Unfortunately, there is no gym in this town, but we just needed to swing by in order to progress in the story. Let's head west and continue. All the trainers in this route are avoidable except one mountain hiker. Sneak past all the trainers you can, then head into the cave for some story dialogue. After the story dialogue, head out of the cave to Route 115. You can avoid all trainers in this route. Watch out for the closest ninja guy when walking over to the right. Pick up the free PP up and ride down to Rustboro City. Next up, we're going to head east and into the cave. Use Rock Smash on the boulders blocking the path, so that the couple finally can see each other again, and we can finally head towards the next gym. We have to face one unavoidable mountain hiker before getting out of the other side of the cave. Use your multi-hit Pokemon to deal with him. Head out of the cave and heal your Pokemon. This is just another town without a gym. Let's keep moving east and get ready to do some hardcore sneaking. You should be able to sneak past all the trainers in this route. Keep moving east until we get to Mauville City. Next, we head north. Keep moving forward until we get to the beautiful fiery path we visited earlier. This time we go to the right instead of into the cave. Sneak past the mountain hiker and talk with the NPC to go up with the cable car. Now we have arrived in Mount Chimney. Head north and squeeze yourself between the Aqua and Magma grunts and the Raid Den. Be prepared to face some unavoidable battles against Team Magma to the left. After beating the 2 first Magma members, there will be a slightly more challenging battle against a Team Magma admin next. Use potions after this battle if needed. At last, we will face the Team Magma leader, Maxie. Just give it your all, and we should be able to sneak past the rest of the trainers on our way to the next Pokemon Center. So don't worry about using potions after the battle. Head back and climb all the way down the mountain. Avoid all the trainers by sneaking past them. Now we have arrived in Lavaridge Town, the fiery town where the gym leader uses the most awesome typing in the game, the fire typing. What? Kamaz is evolving? That's good news. A strong fire and ground type Pokemon should be really useful against the fire type gym. Oof, what a beast. Camerupt is a sick Pokemon. Let's get him. Now it's time to do the gym puzzle. Head inside the Pokemon gym and take a look at the map on the screen. It will show you the path you need to take to reach the gym leader directly. On the left side, you'll see the first floor, and on the right, the basement floor. Let's avoid all trainers and head straight to the gym leader to save time. Now it's time to face the gym leader. I'm just gonna let my newly evolved Camerupt one-shot all her Pokemon with Earthquake. I didn't even have to set up Stealth Rocks or Trick Room. Honestly, this has been the easiest gym battle so far. I should come back after all the storylines and take over this gym, actually. After beating Flannery, head out of the gym and prepare to ride all the way to Slateport to change region. Remember that we still need a Pokemon with Rock Smash on our way back. The next stop is Sinnoh, where the level cap is 34. You don't need to worry about sneaking past trainers on the way back. They won't approach you because we have beaten the 4th gym. Now let's talk to the pirate NPC and choose Sinnoh as the next destination. Once we're in Sinnoh, ride all the way to Hearthome City and be prepared for a rival battle next. As you can see on this map, our next destination is Veilstone City, passing by Solation Town on our way. Now let's meet Barry for a quick rival battle before moving on. The rival battles are usually straightforward, but oh my Arceus. Barry's Staravia put in some serious work at the end of this battle. Endeavor plus Quick Attack is a deadly combination if used correctly. I'm actually going to heal my Pokemon first, before we continue on with our journey. Sneak past the first trainers on this route until you find yourself in an unavoidable double battle. Don't get fooled by what looks like a Pikachu to the right. That's just a trainer with a Pikachu costume. You can now continue sneaking past the rest of the trainers until we reach Solation Town and we meet Barry. Having a Pokemon with Defog will be useful later on in the Sinnoh storyline. If you want to get the HM, you can go inside the tower-looking building to the right. We're not going to waste time on that in this guide, as you can easily buy a cheap Pokemon with Defog on the GTL. You won't find any Pokemon gyms in this town, so let's continue our journey towards Veilstone City. Sneak past all the trainers in this route, and continue to the right. The first trainer here is unavoidable and has a sturdy Pokemon. A multi-hit Pokemon will easily sweep through this battle. Continue east. Let's do some more sneaking while grabbing the free items along the way. Don't be tempted to avoid the grass in this area. A ninja sneaking trainer is hiding just behind the tree, waiting to approach you. Sneak past this last walking trainer and prepare for a double battle against 2 ace trainers. Don't underestimate them, as I've done many times before. My fire teams have been surprised by the rainy weather combined with their fast water attackers in the past. Now I have finally learned though, so I'm just going to set up Trick Room with Chandler and then absolutely obliterate their Pokemon with my mighty Eruption Torkoal. After the double battle, continue right, and we have arrived in Veilstone City. Next up is the 4th gym in Sinnoh. The gym leader uses fighting-type Pokemon. After some story dialogue, let's head inside the Pokemon gym. The gym puzzle is simple. You just need to push the punching bags onto the tire stacks to clear the path and eventually reach the gym leader. You should also be able to sneak past all the ninja trainers on the way. Just look out for the ninja trainer in the left corner. Remember to walk past him when he is facing a different direction. After pushing the last punching bag, get ready to face the gym leader. My strategy is really simple. I use Eruption while in Trick Room to all his Mons, except Monferno. One Earthquake from my Ground Beast Camerupt is enough to finish off the battle. Forgot to mention, I used Stealth Rocks as well, and that was key because I'm pretty sure at least one of his Mons have a Focus Sash. Lucario often holds this item. Use the teleport to the left to get out of the gym. Now it's time to visit a region we haven't visited for a while, the beautiful Unova. Because the level cap there is currently 35, the 5th gym in Unova is next on our list. Since we have beaten the 4th gym here in Sinnoh, we are able to use the HM Fly outside of battle. If all your Pokemon have stored EXP, I recommend flying to your mom in Sinnoh to change regions. If you have some Pokemon that won't level up to 36 by gaining EXP, I'll now show you how to access the Pirate NPC in Unova, where you can switch regions. Even though we have access to fly, we can't fly directly to our destination yet because we haven't been there before. Once we arrive for the first time, we'll be able to fly in and out of that location freely. The first trainer we meet on our way is unavoidable. Send out your Pokemon that won't level up to level 36 to handle this guy. Keep moving south and sneak past all the rest of the trainers in this route. Keep moving all the way south. You should be able to sneak past all the rest of the trainers on our way to the Pirate NPC. Now we have arrived in Pastoria City. Head to the Pirate NPC by the water and choose Unova. We don't have access to fly in Unova yet, so hop on your bike and ride all the way to Nimbasa City to continue the story. Next up is a lengthy storyline sequence with Bianca, where her father pulls up and stuff. After the story session, head west and prepare for a rival battle against Cheren. The rival battle is followed up by some more story dialogue, before we are forced to team up with Cheren for a double battle against 2 children. The children are leading with double Intimidate, weakening your physical attacks down to the ground. A special attacker will do the trick here. After the double battle, head west to continue the story. Ladies and gentlemen, the Driftveil drawbridge. Now let's ride our bike over the bridge to get to the other side. We're now in Driftveil City. Before we can challenge the gym leader, we have to deal with some Team Galactic trouble first. Head south towards the cold storage. Pick up a rocky helmet on the way by this dude hiding between 2 buildings. Head inside the cold storage and follow my lead. We should be able to sneak past all the trainers before dealing with Team Galactic. I'm just gonna pick up this TM Scald, which is a cool move, then we can keep on moving. Use your ninja sneaking skills by walking instead of running when sneaking past the trainers. Head inside the steel container for a Team Galactic story sequence. Approach and battle all the Team Galactic members on the right side, including the one in the middle, to continue the story. After we defeat them, the gym leader Clay will enter the scene with some workers, taking away all the Team Galactic members. Head out of the cold storage and get ready to take on the 5th gym in Unova. After healing your Pokemon at the Poke Center, head to the Pokemon Gym to the right for another story dialogue. Head inside the Pokemon Gym and use the elevator to go down. Before we can face the gym leader, there will be some unavoidable trainers on our way. This is a ground-type gym, so water, grass, and ice attacks are ideal. However, as long as we hit hard enough with neutral damage, we should be good. After defeating the second trainer, take the elevator one level down and use the upper elevator to take the elevator one level up again. After beating the last trainer, take the elevator all the way down and get ready for the ground-type gym leader, Clay, who also has the same name as I nicknamed my ball toy. I usually found Clay with his ground team a little challenging when using only fire Pokemon against him earlier. But I'm just going to set up rocks, Trick Room, and then my Torkoal can sweep through with Eruption and Solar Beam. You don't need 2 turns to use Solar Beam in harsh sunlight, which is really nice. That makes Torkoal's ability, Drought, even better. After defeating Clay, use the teleport to get out. We actually have access to the HM Fly outside of battle now, and we can use it to fly to Castelia City to change regions. Next up, we're going to take on the 5th gym in Hoenn, where the level cap is also 35. This pretty much wraps up part 3 of this guide. Hope it brought you some value, and I'll see you in part 4.